Hello and welcome to Transport Fever 2. We are going to be making a little series on this. As you can see, save game, UK Mega Map. I have played a lot of Transport Fever 2 now. I've been on it more or less every single day since it came out in December 2019. And what a fantastic game this is. If you haven't got it and you love your trains, your buses, your kind of tycoony games, buy it. Oh my god, it's fantastic. So, I realise that I am diving in here. That's because we've got lots to do. We are playing a tropical map. It's new for the Transport Fever 2. We only had temperate and dry in Transport Fever 1. And yes, so this is what we're looking at. We're going to be playing with the seed J03D088Y if you want to play along at home. Everything's medium, large map so that we don't run out of things to do. Scale up 1 to 1, very high number of towns. And when I say very high, I mean 21 towns, 99 industries, we're leaving that on a medium. We're going to be using no mods, and there's a very good reason for this. Partly because if this is successful, I would like to make more series. Yes, I would like to make more series in future, where we can showcase mods. But for this series, I just want it to be a base game so that you can see at home exactly what it is you're getting. There's no like, oh, I bought it and then there's all this stuff that I need as well. Nope, this is just the base game. We're going to be using Europe because, in my opinion, all American trains look the same and I don't really have much knowledge base about Asian trains, vehicles, etc. So yes, 1850 with the difficulty medium starting in Europe. Off we go! Now, yeah, Transport Fever 1, you will have seen. I made a couple of videos for Transport Fever 1. Fantastic. I've spent nearly 2 hours, 2,000 hours of my life dedicated to Transport Fever 1. And the hours are romping up for Transport Fever 2 as well. We're not quite at the 2,000 stage yet, but yeah, it's definitely getting there. So, yeah. Fantastic. I'm really hoping that this series will develop and we'll get lots of things done. You might be able to take some ideas from it. I have to admit, when it comes to creativity, I am absolutely useless. I tend to base my designs around real life stations, real life junctions, real life signalling, real life trains, which is it is my downfall, to be honest with you. I mean, you can see the map that I had before, the UK Mega Map, is a map of England. It's got all British trains running about and I've created real life routes, etc. Whereas this, I am going to have to actually use my brain a little bit more. So here we are, this is our map, and doesn't it look absolutely fantastic? If you zoom in, it's just wonderful. I'd never tire of these graphics, I never tire of this game. We have a little bit of wildlife. Oh, what's that? Well, that is a bear, and it's not roaming, it's roaring. So we'll leave him to it. Sterling work there, sir. We have wildlife, not wildlife, we have cattle in the field. Very odd, given that the farm produces grain. You would think it's slightly strange the field would have cattle in, but there we go. So, this is our map. Now we're going to have to think a little bit more about what it is that we do. Transport Fever 2, you will see that your towns here, if we click on them, only accept one type of freight, one commercial and one industrial, unlike Transport Fever 1 where you could build a massive goods hub and just sling everything from all directions, the required goods. Not the case on this game. We have to be a little bit more tactical, and hence why we find ourselves in the town of Maryport. Because Maryport want bricks, and Maryport Quarry will supply stone, which Maryport Construction Materials Plant just happens to want. Now I promise you that that was not a accidental arrival. I did load this map and start doing the video and then realised that I had the sound on the speakers, so you could hear the sound on the background of the video plus the sound through the mic of the sound. It was dreadful. So I've started this game again with the same seed, and oh, hang on, we're paying interest, we need to pause. So yeah, I've started the same again. Thankfully, it's dropped everything in the same place as you would expect, and we're working with this. So, terminus station, we're going to use 160 metres, because at this stage in the game, you can't have, much like Transport Fever 1, you cannot have trains that are too long, otherwise the steam engines just will not pull them, because they are so wonderfully underpowered. It's quite comical. So we're going to go for a 2-platform station. No, we're not. Why would we need a 2-platform station? We'll go for a 1-platform station there, and we are going to try and keep it as level and as flat as possible at this stage, just because, as I say, the steam trains are so underpowered, they don't like hills, so if we can avoid that too, that would be sensational. A little bit of terrain modification is necessary. And speed, we don't have to worry too much about speed at this point in the game, simply because our steam trains will never get to 75. This train will never see 75 miles an hour. And yeah, there we go. Nice curve around the mountain there. And we shall set that going. Let's build a depot. Where can we stick a depot? I think near here would be an excellent place to stick a depot. So we'll have you coming off there. And I imagine it's probably going to be Maryport Railway Depot. Is it doing it? No, one more round. There we go. Cooking with gas now. By trains. So, from Transport Fever 1, it is our trusty D3rd, or D1/3, but we'll call it the D3rd. So we will have one of you, and gondola will be used for transporting our stone. I think we'll have 10 of you. Hello, good afternoon. Assuming it is the afternoon when you're watching. Let's configure our line now. We want it to go from Maryport, round to Maryport branch. At Maryport, can you please fully load? Wait a maximum of, well no, wait, unlimited. Wait until you're fully loaded. And this will be Maryport Stone Train. We're nice and creative with the naming convention there, and allocate you to the stone train. Off you go, and there we have it, folks. Do we? Is he? Oh no, hang on. You have to turn it off pause first. That's rookie error there. And here we have our very first train in March 1850. Pioneer of goods transportation there. And he shall go onwards and do his stuff. So we could sit and watch him. We could watch him for quite a while actually, because it's very easy to sit back and watch what you've built. Although what we're going to do, we're going to stop him from going all the way there, because he doesn't need to. It'll take him that long to get to the other end. We are going to reverse him. There you go. Go back to where you come from. Well, not where you come from, because that's in there. We want you to go down to Maryport. Off you go. Cheerio. So, that's going to be creating our bricks at Maryport Construction Materials Plant. And we need to find a way of getting the goods down to Maryport. So first of all, we need to have a look at where's our land use layer. There we are. So, in green, that's our residential, blue is our commercial, and yellow is our industrial. So what we are going to do is, do we truck it or do we train it? Do you know what? Let's train it. Let's try and use trains wherever we can and get a good bit of trainage in this series. Constructs are boring, aren't they? I mean, they're efficient, but they are a bit boring. There we go. Particularly as well, at this stage of the game, damn it, I should have actually built our 2-platform station. Never mind, we shall cross that bridge when we get there. Yes, trucks are better off in the late game, but the horse and carriages at this stage of the game are just not, they're just not up to scratch, are they? bend that round and snap it to the current line. Who knows, we may even end up with some multi-track running, depending how busy it's going to be. So Transport Fever 2 brings us this absolutely lovely functionality where we can just configure our station, but instead of it adding the platform for us, we can add it in little sections. So we could have, I don't know, we could have that platform as being shorter if we wanted. We can also add passenger platforms to cargo stations. It's good. It's a nice little feature, we like that. You can also add cargo buildings on the other side, so that you could have trucks coming off the other side. It brings you a lot more flexibility, and we like that a lot. It's a good feature. So without deleting what we've already made, we'll pop you across there. Doesn't that look neat? And we shall move in the terminals. We'll move you over to platform number 2. You can go on the number 2 platform. And Maryport there. Down to Maryport. So you can be, get ready, this is going to blow your mind, Maryport Bricks Trade. You never saw that coming, did you? So yes, same again. We don't have much to choose from. It's the D3rd. And we want the flat car. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Whether that is, whether we need 10 or not, who knows? But we're going to fling 10 down there and see how we get on. So we want you to load Maryport branch, full load. No point running up and down empty. And we are going to go with unlimited. Now there's also a very good reason that I have picked the stone to do first rather than any other industry, and that is because if we have a look at the oil well, that will produce little barrels of oil. We'll then transport the oil to somewhere where it requires oil. I can't see it. There's literally nowhere. There must be somewhere. Ah, here we go. Barrels of oil. They require 2 barrels of oil to make 1 drop of oil. 2 barrels of crude oil, sorry, to create 1 drop of oil. So you have to put a lot more into it financially to get your profit out of it, which in the long run does work, but in this stage of the game, I tend to avoid those industries. Whereas with bricks, it is literally 1 stone in makes 1 brick. Nice and straightforward. So here we have the Maryport stone train full. Absolutely brilliant. Oh, autosave. Yes, the autosave does like to it will stutter when autosaving. Just mounting the corner there. And this will be our first profit, which is fantastic. And, with us being on medium mode, we shall pay some of that back because you are always paying that loan interest, which can cripple you if you don't keep an eye on it. It's definitely worth keeping an eye on. And I think while we're here, that is going to be, well, that's just lovely, isn't it? That view's sensational. If you stop turning the corner, there we go. That screenshot there can be the thumbnail. So if we're to assume that nothing gets lost, if it takes 1 stone to create 1 brick, then we're going to assume, where is he? Oh, he's still in here. Ah, I've not put any signals down, that's why. Well, fingers crossed, I shouldn't actually need any signals because these don't actually cross. We shall edit that later, I'm sure. This is not a finalised design. Look at that, that is the money shot. Absolutely fantastic there. Steam. I say steam, this is when the steam black. The smoke, the sheer smog that this is putting out. The graphics are just, there's such leaps and bounds ahead of what Transport Fever was. The lighting, just everything's absolutely brilliant. But no, what I was saying was, if it takes 1 stone to make 1 brick, but delivering 40 stone, using that logic, we should have 40 bricks waiting to fully load the Maryport bricks train. Let's see. Let's see. We shall see. Absolutely fantastic. The only thing that does worry me is if we're doing all of these goods via train, Maryport only requires 18 bricks to be satisfied. So obviously can't be building a very big house if they only require 18 bricks. But yes, so I don't want them to stop producing on the premise of Maryport is full. I mean, let's have a look, where else can we take it? I mean, Henley and Arden there requires bricks. Bexhill-on-Sea sadly does not. Well, it wouldn't, would it? Axminster, no. So I think it is literally going to be Maryport and Henley and Arden. Quite some sort of elaborate bridge over there. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. No pun intended. So the stone train is back off to do more sterling work. And you are loading with bricks. Hello. Now, it's no secret that at this stage in the game, it is quite slow where money's concerned. The trains are slow, the people are slow, everything is just slow, and it takes a little while to get going. So bear with us, because this will be a sensational series, I promise you. However, I'm going to try and avoid this wherever possible, but we're going to stick the fast forward on and get him doing his stuff. Because there's only so much train in station you can actually watch before your brain starts to shut down. And of course, as the construction materials factory does level up, it will start producing these bricks a lot quicker, which then obviously we've got to ensure our trains can cope. To be fair, at this rate, we are actually going to be having another delivery of stone. Where's our stone train? Here he is. So long as the stone train is delivering more than the bricks train is taking, we will have a nice steady stream of goods going. I mean, to be fair, if we flip round, there we go, so that was the northeast southwest. We do have quite a lot of opportunities here for some quite interesting stuff. I mean, we've got express lines, we can have nice bridges, goods, we've got ships. We don't seem to have any isolated islands though. I mean, we've got this, but that doesn't have any towns or industries on, so well, yeah, that's a shame. But I'm sure we can find a way to incorporate ships into our game somehow. Let's go back and see how Maryport Bricks train is doing. Nearly there, 39 out of 40, off we go. Right, we shall turn the fast forward off. And yes, all of this has amounted to you, sir. And then of course, Maryport will be able to start building their garden shed with their 40 bricks, which we will deliver. And I mean, it has to be said, I am really excited to doing more with Transport Fever, where you'll be able to see the mods that are available on the Steam Workshop. It's just such a fantastic community. I mean, I only use the Steam Workshop. You can download mods from other third-party sites, but it's just absolutely fantastic. The amount that you can do with this game is just astounding, it really is. Some of the creations you see on YouTube as well. I mean, there's a lot of YouTubers that I like to watch do Transport Fever. Yeah, it's just such a fantastic game, and like I say, if you haven't bought it, buy it, you will absolutely not regret it, especially if it's ever on Steam sale, which you've done twice, snap it up. The computer does have to be fairly, I wouldn't say you have to have the highest spec, but it does have to be a decent spec on the computer. I mean, it won't struggle now the late game when you've got loads of things happening, trains everywhere, your road map, the network where you can see the lights, just looks like someone's flung a lot of paint at a white canvas. Yeah, that is when your computer does start to struggle. Fingers crossed, we will not be in the red for much longer when these things actually start making its money. I know there's been quite a lot of sitting around at the minute, hasn't there? Which is not good. Granted, we don't want to be sitting around. But yeah, now that things are actually starting to move and they're starting to carry produce with them, we should just but we need to always be thinking ahead. I mean, in Maryport, this stuff cannot just keep going on the ground, sort of. Eventually, we're going to deliver those 18 bricks in 40 now. So, we need to be thinking ahead and what is next. Now, it's not going to be in this video, for obvious reasons. We don't have the money to do so. So, I hope that you will come back and see what else we've got to do. But, something to do with passenger around Maryport I think will be absolutely fantastic. I mean, we've already got some track built here, maybe up to Bexhill, who knows, but we need to get Maryport growing. If you look, 60% of the capacity for bricks, and we're there already. So we definitely need to get Maryport growing, because otherwise, if that stops producing, we're knackered, for want of a better expression. And that's that. Do you know what? I mean, normally I aim for around half an hour, but I think that we are going to leave that there today. Let's find something nice to go out on. There we go. Excellent. Yeah, I think we're going to leave it there for today, purely because we've run out of money, and otherwise all the video is going to be is you just sat there watching trains not go very fast. But yes, thank you for watching. I really do appreciate it. I appreciate it so much. If you did like this video, then put a like on the video. I don't know what it does, but every other YouTuber tells you to do it. So yeah, if you like the video, click like. It will probably help in some way. Subscribe so that you don't miss out on any of my other content. I like to do OMSI, Transport Fever Overcrowd. That's quite a sensational one. Got the odd video on that. But yes, do subscribe so that you can see lots of fantastic other content. And on that note, yes, I shall see you next time, hopefully. Cheerio and enjoy the rest of your day.